Greetings metal community, so we're back with another video collection update. And update number 100. And I will celebrate that with a big stack of vinyl, of course. I have to drag this out and, you know, hope you will enjoy it. In the background, Rotten Tomb from Chile, with their visions of a dismal fate out on Crypts of Eternity. Excellent, slightly evil death metal, just killer riffs. Very riffy album, great vocals, great production on it as well, and very cool cover. So if you haven't heard these guys, go and check them out. It's a great album. Thick cardboard inner as well. Just yeah, great vocals, very juicy and evil sounding. So go and check that one out. Another album in kind of a bit different, as you've probably seen from the name for this video. It's these albums I picked up through Saco and and some from Extremely Rotten Productions, and some bits and pieces as well, but half of this stack is from Saco. The new Imprecation album called Nomine Diaboli. This is also a killer album. I really like this album. I played this a lot. Kind of the same evil feel to them, a little bit occult death metal. I would say these guys are from US, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, another killer death metal album this year. Don't know how high it will be on my list, but as for now, it's up in top 20. But there's a lot of fighting for those places. So Imprecation, great death metal album. Another album that I've seen several people talk about, so I'm not going to talk much about this either. Modern or new wave of death metal. Vacuous, Dreams of Dysphobia. I think these guys are from the UK. Again, Saco release as well. Very cool cover on this. Did Simon Explosive Action did show this. Of course, black vinyl and cool center labels. Yeah, this is also it's quality death metal. I mean, it doesn't bring anything new to the table. It's just very well done. So of course you want to have it in the collection. Did get a free record or EP with it. I haven't listened to this yet. This is Fuil Seanchoille. I guess it's Irish or something like that. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong, but it's definitely not something that I can pronounce, but very cool cover. Do believe this to be death metal. I think I've heard them before, but I can't say specific about this release. Very cool cover as well, and I'm sure several of you people have heard this band, but as I said, it's a new one for me. I've seen them around, but never checked them out. And we have the Infester demos. Had to have them. Darkness, Unveiled. Big fan of Infester, another US band. On black vinyl. Yeah, it's kind of it's not fantastic sounding demos, but they are good enough. And I mean, this is not something you must have if you're not a big fan of this band, but I'm a big fan of Infester, so of course I needed to have this one. Out on Nuclear Winter Productions. So yeah, just again, evil death metal. Not so brutal vocals on this as it is on the first full length, but yeah, pretty cool cover as well. So very nice to have that in the collection. Then I bought the vinyl edition of Corpsessed, shown the CD before, Finnish death metal, great stuff. Very cool band photo. And yeah, this album kind of, well, I might have too high expectations, but first 4 or 5 spins I didn't kind of, you know, it didn't grab me as much as I had expected, but this is a goer for me, and I really enjoy this album now, and awesome cover as well. But I'm sure a lot of you know about Corpsessed as well, so black vinyl. Then we have Concilivm, another band from Chile. This is, yeah, it sets death metal in Metal Archives. It's evil, blackened death metal, I would say. They have a kind of a more chill or cold sound to them than Rotten Tomb, for example. But great stuff. You could say a little bit like Archgoat. You do get some like of this kind of war metal rhythms on it as well. So, but really good album as well. And you know me and Chilean music. And the last one I picked up from Saco was the new Faceless Burial, Australian masterpiece. Really nice booklets, thick cardboard as I like it. And another cool picture, a little bit like Corpsessed. Change up a little bit in their style on this album, more technical, progressive in a way, kind of yeah, later Gorguts. I do feel they have a lot of that going on for them, and yeah, it's a great album. I would have preferred a little bit thicker guitar sound on it, but it's kind of difficult when you play technical stuff. You have to have a little bit drier tone so it won't drown, but a little bit murky production on it as well. Compared to the previous album, I think had a perfect sound, but you know, it's kind of you have to get used to the production a little bit before you know, just play it a couple of times and get into it. It's a great album. It's a very interesting album. And there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and an excellent cover as well. So I was a bit disappointed in the beginning because I had expected them to keep on the same kind of sound that they had on the previous one, but it turned out to be great. I also picked up this 7-inch with Varatron and Ungod. I'm a big Varatron fan, so this is kind of the only pure black metal in this video. I like 7 inches, and as I said, some bands I try to get the whole discography, and Varatron is one of those guys. So over to some stuff that I bought from Extremely Rotten Production. I had to have the new Noxious Rune magazine, you know the drill, with a lot of insane artwork, great interviews, a very cool interview with Demlik, and yeah, fun kind of fanzine looking magazine. which is really cool. I really like that. And you also get the tape that's always in there with a lot of killer stuff on it. You know, Static Abyss, Tzompantli, More Breath, Sequestrum, and so on. Druid Lords. It's a lot of cool bands on this tape, and very cool to get that. And I got a new album from Wayward Dawn, Danish, young Danish death metal band. Released a very good EP a couple of years ago. I don't know how old these are, but they look very young, at least. Out on Emancipation Records. This is a, yeah, I don't know what to call this color, but boring. But that was what he had, so yeah, it's kind of the new wave of death metal sounding band. A little bit more polished on this than the EP or demo or whatever it was. Kind of lacks a little bit of that energy that they had on that one, but it's kind of when you get better playing and more tight, you kind of get more perfect in a way. So, but a lot of cool riffs here, and two vocalists that kind of fits very well together. Not too deep and not too high. It's not like the normal deep, you know, undergang death vocals on here. So, but yeah, a great release. As I said, I do prefer the previous release by them, but still a great one. And we have another Chilean band, Exanimatvm, with the Sollvm Ipsa pulverized records. I want to say this is from this year, but I'm not totally sure about that. 2020, no, this is probably the previous one. It's 4 songs. I think it's an EP, but I don't remember. It's been almost, yeah, a couple of weeks since I played this album, but it's great, evil sounding death metal. Again, very cool cover as well. Great stuff. I will, of course, link it up below so you can go check it out. I'm not sure if this is the last release or it's been delayed, maybe. I don't know. And the rest of the stuff is kind of out in the wild, not out in the wild, but several different. Liam over the Death Doom Metalhead showed this not long ago. This is a double vinyl Malignant Aura. Abysmal Misfortune is Draped Upon Me. Out on Foothills, Australia. Great doomy death metal or death doom. Pretty long songs as well, and a long album, heavy vinyl. Great release. I mean, this is also kind of an interesting. It's not just straightforward death doom. They do have a lot of things going on in their kind of pretty variated as well. You know, so. But you know, you have seen Liam talk about this album, so I'm not going to talk much about it, other than I also think this is a great one. But I do like doomy death metal, so they're very cool cover as well. So go and check it out. Then I picked up the first Nightfell on vinyl, The Living Evermore. This is also death doom from United States, I would say. This band is great. This is a band I don't see many talk so much about, but this is quality death doom. It's kind of a little bit more, you could say riff-wise, and it's a little bit easy listening. It's not very intricate or anything, but they have a lot of killer riffs. So if you haven't checked out Nightfell, this is Death Doom, and it's a damn good band. They did release a new album this year, but I do think that's only on tape. At least I only have a tape. Showed the first Desultory album last time. Here's the second release, Bitterness. Great Swedish death metal. This album is not as good as the first album, but still a great album. If you like the first album, I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this as well. It's Floga Records again that have released these Desultory's album, and yeah, colorful album cover as well, but yeah, I'm sure most of you have heard it. Also picked up this on vinyl, the first Faceless Burial, I think, 2016. I haven't unwrapped it yet because I do have it on CD. I just found it for a good price, and Faceless Burial is a killer band, so yeah. On to another that I haven't. Suspiria metal. Marty Mac showed this first one, like I have a picture, and also showed it in his video a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, thought it was great death metal, and it's kind of you know, demos from 91 and 93. Good solid death metal from the old days. Another that I think Liam showed, and several others have shown, is the yeah, Tzompantli. Don't gonna try on that title down there. And again, it's the new wave of death metal sounding band. They do have some. I don't know what to call it. There's a song here with a lot of drums and stuff, which is not very good, but overall a great album. You know, the death metal is very good, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of you have checked it out already. Not my favorite this year. I don't think this will get into my top 20, but it's still a great release, so go and check it out. Then another old release, Polluted Inheritance from the Netherlands, Ecocide. This came out originally 93 or something. I'm not sure. This it has a little bit of the US kind of Florida feel to them as well, but yeah, great album. If you want a quality death metal release from the 90s, this is a sure buy because it's great stuff. I can see if there's any. No, it doesn't say when it was released, but I'm sure it was around 93. And it sounds like it. So yeah, great album. Not a band that get a lot of attention. Or they did release 2 more albums. I do have the second one as well, but I think this is the best one of them. But yeah, great 90s death metal, kind of a hidden gem, I would say. I think Steve over at S&T Young talked about that one or the second album. I don't remember which, but yeah. And the new Denouncement Fire, or newest release. I think the vinyl came out this year. I don't know if the CD version came out last year. Death metal from Australia again. Kind of a little bit more of the yeah, evil, vicious death metal, I would say. Have a little bit of I would say Destroyer 66 in them, but it's more death metal, but evil ambitious death metal. Center label there, black vinyl. So the last one I bought was from Agonia Records, and it's the new Anthropophagus. This is brutal technical death metal. Not everybody likes that. I do buy some of them. I did really like the previous album. Took me a couple of spins before I liked it, but yeah, if you like brutal technical, it's not over technical, it's not tech death, it's just great technicality by these guys. I think they're from Italy, and you know, when you get bands from Italy that the drumming is insane. It's slightly over the top for me sometimes, you know, very triggered, but if you get used to it a little bit. I've been in love with all the organic drumming sound that's been the last couple of years, so going back to a more technical and more triggered drum sound was a little bit tricky, but great album, and you know, they know how to play. So yes, that was all I had for this my 100th collection update. So sorry for speeding through them, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I do have a OG press video coming up, and a couple of other stuff that's in the making, so it won't be a week till next video. But yeah, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the new subscribers. I'm very close to 500 subscribers now. The last couple of months it's been a lot of new subscribers, which is awesome. So probably doing something right. But as I said, you know, all the new subscribers, thanks a lot for supporting my channel. Be sure.